The rain hammered against the massive windows of the private aviation terminal as Ethan Walker tightened the last bolt on an aging service truck. His hands were stained with grease, his back ached from working double shifts, and his phone displayed 3 missed calls from his 10-year-old daughter, Emma. Normally, Ethan would have called her back immediately. But today was different. Today, he desperately needed every extra hour of work he could find. Ever since his wife Sarah had passed away 3 years earlier after a long illness, Ethan had been raising Emma alone. Medical bills had swallowed their savings. The mortgage was months behind. His daughter's school tuition was overdue. Every morning he woke up wondering how much longer he could keep everything from falling apart. What Ethan didn't know was that before sunrise the next day, his life would change forever because of a broken jet. The evening shift had nearly ended when a loud alarm echoed across the maintenance hangar. Several mechanics turned toward the runway. A sleek private jet had just landed unexpectedly. The aircraft taxied toward the emergency maintenance area, surrounded by flashing service vehicles. "Look serious," one mechanic muttered. Their supervisor hurried inside. "We've got a problem," he announced. "That jet belongs to one of the biggest business owners in the country." They were heading to New York when multiple warning systems triggered. "The aircraft is grounded until we identify the issue." Room instantly became tense. Luxury jets carried expensive clients and mistakes could cost careers. Most mechanics quietly avoided eye contact. Complicated emergency diagnostics meant long hours, pressure, and responsibility. The supervisor looked around, then his eyes stopped on Ethan. "Walker, you're with me." Ethan sighed. There went his chance to get home early. As they approached the aircraft, Ethan immediately noticed something unusual. The jet looked perfect on the outside. No visible damage, no leaking fluids, no obvious mechanical failure. Yet the onboard system showed critical warnings. The maintenance crew spent hours running computerized diagnostics. Nothing made sense. Every test suggested a different problem. One engineer blamed the fuel system. Another suspected electrical failure. A third recommended replacing several expensive components. But Ethan remained quiet. He kept studying the data, watching, listening, thinking. Years of experience had taught him that machines often whispered their problems before they screamed them. Around midnight, while everyone argued over reports, Ethan crawled beneath an access panel and noticed a tiny vibration, almost invisible, almost impossible to detect. He shut off nearby equipment and listened carefully. There it was again. A faint, irregular pulse. Most technicians would never have noticed it. Ethan followed the vibration through a maze of systems until he found the source. A damaged sensor wire hidden behind a support bracket. The wire had worn down over time. It wasn't completely broken, just damaged enough to send conflicting signals throughout the aircraft. The result was a chain reaction of false warnings, a tiny problem causing massive confusion. Ethan smiled. He had found it. The repair took less than 30 minutes. When he restarted the system, every warning disappeared. The aircraft diagnostics returned completely normal. The hangar erupted with relief. The supervisor shook Ethan's hand. "You saved us days of work." Ethan simply nodded for him. It was just another repair, or so he thought. The following morning, as he prepared to leave, a black luxury vehicle rolled into the hangar. Several security personnel stepped out. Then a tall man in an elegant suit emerged. Everyone immediately recognized him. His name was Michael Harrison, a billionaire entrepreneur whose companies employed thousands of people across the country. He was the owner of the aircraft. The entire hangar suddenly became silent. Michael walked directly toward Ethan. "You fixed my jet?" Ethan shrugged. "I found a damaged wire," the billionaire smiled. "My pilot said multiple teams couldn't solve it. They were looking for big problems." "You weren't?" Ethan glanced toward the aircraft. "Big problems usually start small." For a moment, Michael simply stared at him. Then he laughed, like that answer. They spoke for several minutes. Unlike most wealthy executives Ethan had met, Michael seemed genuinely interested in people. He asked about Ethan's background, his work, his family. Eventually, the conversation shifted toward Emma. Ethan mentioned raising her alone. He mentioned working overtime. He mentioned trying to stay ahead of bills. But he never complained, not once. Michael noticed, and he remembered. Weeks passed. life returned to normal. Or at least as normal as it could be. Ethan continued working long shifts. The bills continued arriving. One evening he opened a foreclosure notice. His mortgage company planned to begin legal proceedings. His hands trembled. He had done everything possible, worked weekends, skipped vacations, sold personal belongings. Yet it still wasn't enough. That night, after Emma fell asleep, Ethan sat alone at the kitchen table staring at the paperwork. For the first time in years, he felt defeated. He wondered whether he would lose the house. He wondered whether he was failing his daughter. Most of all, he wondered how much longer he could keep pretending everything was okay. The next morning brought another surprise. A letter arrived. It wasn't from the bank. It wasn't from a collection agency. It was an invitation. Michael Harrison's office requested Ethan's presence at company headquarters. Confused, Ethan almost ignored it. He assumed it was some mistake. Eventually, curiosity won. 3 days later, he entered one of the most impressive office buildings he had ever seen. Marble floors, glass walls, executives moving in every direction. Ethan felt completely out of place. A receptionist escorted him to the top floor. Minutes later, Michael Harrison entered the room. "Ethan," he said warmly. "Good to see you again." Ethan smiled nervously. "What can I do for you?" Michael sat down. "Actually, I was hopping to ask you the same question." Ethan looked confused. Michael slid a folder across the table. Inside were plans for a new aviation division. The Billionaire's company was expanding into aircraft maintenance and technical services. "We need someone to lead operations." Ethan nearly laughed, joking. "A mechanic." "You're a problem solver," Michael replied. "There's a difference." Ethan stared silently. Michael continued. "When my aircraft broke down, dozens of highly educated experts looked at computer screens. You listened to the machine. You understood the problem. That kind of thinking can't be taught." The offer included a salary Ethan could hardly believe, health benefits, performance bonuses, educational support for Emma, everything. Yet Ethan hesitated. Leading an entire division felt impossible. Michael noticed. "Afraid you'll fail." Ethan nodded. "Good," Michael smiled. "People who aren't afraid usually make the worst leaders." After several sleepless nights, Ethan accepted. The transition wasn't easy. Many employees doubted him. Some executives questioned why a mechanic had been given leadership responsibilities. Meetings were uncomfortable. Mistakes happened. Criticism followed. Several times Ethan considered quitting. But every challenge reminded him of something he had learned in the hangar. Every complicated problem has a simple starting point. Instead of trying to impress people, he focused on solving problems, listening, learning, improving. Gradually results appeared. Efficiency increased, costs decreased. Employee satisfaction improved. Customers trusted the company. Within 3 years, the division became one of the most successful parts of Michael Harrison's business empire. But Ethan's proudest achievement wasn't financial. It happened on Emma's high school graduation day. She stood on stage delivering her speech. Near the end, she looked directly at her father. "When my mom died, my dad became my entire world." Her voice trembled. "He worked harder than anyone I've ever known. Taught me that success isn't about money. It's about refusing to give up when life becomes difficult." Tears filled Ethan's eyes. The audience erupted into applause. Even Michael Harrison, sitting nearby, wiped away tears. Later that evening, as the sun set behind the school, Michael stood beside Ethan. "You know," the billionaire said quietly, "everyone thinks I changed your life." Ethan smiled. "Didn't you?" Michael shook his head. "No, changed it yourself. I only opened a door." Ethan looked toward Emma laughing with her friends. He finally understood. The broken jet had never been the real story. The real story was perseverance, faith, character, the willingness to keep moving forward when nobody was watching. Years earlier, Ethan had fixed a damaged wire hidden deep inside an aircraft. Now he realized something even more important. Life works the same way. Sometimes the smallest acts of integrity create the biggest changes. Sometimes one ordinary day becomes the beginning of an extraordinary future. And sometimes a struggling single dad fixing a broken jet ends up discovering that his greatest value was never his skill with machines. It was the strength of his heart. Because true success doesn't come from luck, wealth, or opportunity. It comes from showing up every day, doing your best, and refusing to quit. and sooner or later the world noticed.